A short history of stock market trading. Any quick history of the stock exchange or share trading has to right away start by recognizing that the precise origins are lost in the mists of time. There are conflicting reports that Jewish and Muslim merchants in Cairo were the very first to establish a stock exchange, while the traditionalists maintain the oldest ones were in fact in Italy, and these are typically the starting point when considering a brief history of stock market trading. The 13th century Italians likely had the closest share trading markets to what we would acknowledge today. The Venetian traders were probably the first ones to start handling government securities, and even back then there was insider trading going on. In reality, as early as 1351 there was a law passed in Venice that was developed to stop individuals from spreading rumors that would drive down rates. As more formal commerce spread out around Europe, so did the need to have stock markets. By around the 16th and 17th centuries, Amsterdam had started to end up being the primary stock market in Europe. The Dutch, as leaders in this brand new field, soon started to establish a few of the financial instruments that we are all still acquainted with today. They presented things such as traded alternatives, short selling, system trusts, and even debt equity swaps, which were innovative at the time. After the early success of those Dutch pioneers, other countries soon started to see how they could copy this new trading design. Possibly the most effective were the English with the London Stock Exchange. The LSE even today is acknowledged as the leading stock exchange worldwide. It was to London that the very first American Secretary of the Treasury, Alexander Hamilton, turned when he wished to begin the development of economic power in the New World. Hamilton founded the New York Stock Exchange on Wall Street in the late 18th century, where it was signed up around 50 years later on by what is now the American Stock Exchange. Both the NYSE and Amex stay on Wall Street to this day. Throughout the history of stock trading, there have actually been lots of stories of substantial successes, such as the Dutch East India Company. There have actually likewise been many magnificent financial failures. Two of the most noteworthy are the South Sea Bubble and the 1929 Wall Street crash. However, they all go to comprise the interesting and short history of stock market trading. By around the 16th and 17th centuries, Amsterdam had actually begun to end up being the main stock market in Europe. The LSE even today is acknowledged as the leading stock market in the world. Hamilton founded the New York Stock Exchange on Wall Street in the late 18th century, and it was joined around 50 years later by what is now the American Stock Exchange. Two of the most significant are the South Sea Bubble and the 1929 Wall Street crash, but they all go to make up the brief and remarkable history of stock market trading.